Roto Beast. I'm here to present you my NBA live segment for January 1st. Hey, Happy New Year's to everybody. Hopefully, everybody had a great Christmas, good holidays. Man, last month, probably one of the craziest months of my life. Had a lot of really crazy things going on. Death in the family, car accident. Hey, it wasn't the best month, but and we're gonna get back on track with all of our videos, everything that we got going on. And yeah, man. So hey, today, man, we got a 5 game slate. It's a decent slate. One thing that is really going on with the NBA, and it's really frustrating right now, is we're getting all the injuries piling up, and this usually happens at the end of the basketball season, and right now it's happening, and it's the middle of the basketball season. So much injuries. You're punting at almost every position. Nightly trying to spin up on the other guys. There's a lot of things going on right now. So, hey, we're gonna do our best. And hey, let's jump into it. So, real quick before I do get into it, if you guys don't mind, please take that quick second for me. Click the like button down below. Helps me out. Really appreciate that from you guys. If you're ready, check out the site, dfscheatsheet.com. Hey, we got everything to help you compete with the pros every day. Complete optimizer, a lot of content, daily Fanduel and Draftkings cash lineups. Yeah, man. So, first game, we got Utah at Toronto. We got some injury news we're waiting on. Ricky Rubio is a game-time decision. Pretty much if he's out, then you go right back to the well with Dante Exum. Rubio is probable for today, so that's one thing I do want to note. We still got to wait on that news. We got about an hour before lock. So hopefully we get that news. I expect him to play, but if he is out, then you go with Dante Exum, automatic, just put him in the lineup and kind of move on. Kyle Lowry's out, so you can go right back to the well with Van Fleet, 5,500. Van Fleet's a guy that, he hasn't been doing nothing special. He hasn't been shooting the ball well, is what's really going on with him. But he's a guy we know fills up the stat sheet. He's going to play a ton of minutes without Kyle Lowry. They like this guy, and he's going to be out there. 5,500. I think he gives you a decent floor for your cash games. I just don't know if the upside's there. Definitely think he is in play, though. With the other guys out, you can look at, Danny Green. He's been playing decent. You can look at DeLon Wright. It's all about, he's a guy that he can ball out. And it's all about minutes with him. The minutes have been up and down. When he gets minutes, he plays well. He's a guy that you can look as a punt play. Donovan Mitchell on the Utah side of things, 7,500. I think this is a fair price tag for this guy. Yeah, so I think that this is definitely a fair price tag. He's on kind of not the best run right now, so his price tag has dropped. But this is somewhat of a buy low opportunity, I guess. On Donovan Mitchell, he does have upside. He's definitely a GPP play for me, though. On this slate. Real quick, Chris Cox, yeah, Rubio is probable, so they are expecting him back tonight. But hey, with the way that things have been going in the NBA, you don't know. He can be ruled out, and then we got a really good value play in NATO. So definitely got some news that we gotta keep an eye out on for that. Going to small forward, Kawhi Leonard with no Kyle Lowry, the guy's getting massive usage right now. 10,000, the price tag isn't a give me. They do need this guy to ball out if they want a chance to win tonight. Utah has been playing well. They are a tough team. So I think this is a solid spot for Kawhi Leonard. I think he can have a good game right here. They're going to need him if they want to win. And, Toronto usually does play better at home. Definitely think Kawhi Leonard is in play. Jay Crowder, he's a game-time decision right now, so we got to wait on some news for him. If he was out, then I think that gives a little bit of a boost. He's upgraded to probable right now, so they're saying probably going to be in the lineup. If he's out, though, I think that gives a little bit of a boost to Joe Ingles, maybe a couple extra minutes. But either way, I think that, Joe Ingles, he's a solid play. He's a guy that he usually, for the most part, gets his minutes in the low 30s. But the thing is you can look at a lot of guys' minutes, and this is honestly, I've been playing DFS for 4 years now, and this is probably the craziest I've seen things going on in the NBA as far as minutes have been reduced. There's the Anthony Davis thing last night. It happened a couple weeks ago with Booker, where he wasn't even on the injury report and he was scratched. Man, it's tough right now. It really is tough, and I know a lot of people are frustrated, but I mean, there's nothing we could do about it. I honestly think that this whole drop the lowest score is ridiculous. I hate it, and there's nothing we could do about it. FanDuel is really starting to disappoint me right now. So we'll see how it goes. But now, we know on the Toronto side of things that Valanciunas is out, so that continues to give a big boost to Siakam and Embiid. I'm sorry, Siakam and Ibaka. Sorry, I'm over here thinking about Embiid because Marv asked us in the group chat if he plays tonight. I'll get to that in just a second, Marv. Siakam, though, he's been a guy they want to give consistent minutes to. He's playing well. The price tag is actually down a little bit. 6,600. I think Siakam's a really, really good cash game play. They're going to need him in this lineup. Utah is big, and they have some really good big guys in Gobert and Favors. Same thing with Embiid. Same thing with Ibaka. If he doesn't get in foul trouble, I think he'll be a solid play, 6,800. But I definitely prefer Siakam over Embiid. If Embiid's going to be matched up with Gobert, it's a tough matchup for him. Favors a guy who definitely has upside. I like Favors. Thing about it with him is they just never want to give this guy consistent minutes. If he was going to play 30 minutes in a game, I would love him. But I just don't think we're going to get that from Derek Favors here. And this is a tough matchup on both sides. There's going to be four big guys down low banging. And then you can look at Gobert. It's going against Ibaka. Ibaka's a good defender, but Gobert, he's bigger than him. Ibaka's not a true center. He's more of a power forward, and Gobert's been playing very well. He's a guy that gets his minutes. He's actually been surprising me, scoring the ball pretty good, double machine. I think he's a good GPP play. So that's really where I'm at with this game. I mean, there's some pieces that we can look on both sides of things. But yeah, so next we're going to move on to the next game. We're going to go with Detroit at Milwaukee. This game, it's going to be an interesting game. You got Eric Bledsoe, 7,200. I will start with him. I think that Eric Bledsoe, his price is down a little bit because of the recent run. I mean, the past, 6 games, he hasn't got you more than 29 fantasy points. They have a lot of bodies right now. In Milwaukee, and his minutes are all over the place. For me, he's strictly a GPP play, but we know Eric Bledsoe does have 50 fantasy point upside. Going to be going against Reggie Jackson, a guy that doesn't scare me very much. I think that Bledsoe could have a solid game here for sure. Reggie Jackson on the other side of things going against Bledsoe, 5,500. This guy's just too inconsistent for me. Minutes are all over the place. He's only played 30 minutes one time in the past 5 games. Not going to be looking at him. Going to the shooting guard position, Chris Middleton, man, 7,600. The price tag is back up. I like this guy. He gives us a solid floor pretty much night in and night out. I think that he's a good play. Just the price tag is up a little bit on him. But hey, I like him more than I like Bledsoe. For $400 more, if I was going to pick between those guys, I definitely would go with Middleton. Brogdon, 5,800. I think Brogdon's a solid play. He's really emerging right now as their, pretty much like their third best player. I used to think it was Bledsoe, but I think Brogdon is probably a little bit more better than Bledsoe right now, scoring the ball very well, does a little bit of everything. Brogdon is a solid play. Small forward, Antetokounmpo, 12-4. It's like, damn, do we want to pay this price tag? The price tag is definitely up there, but this guy is triple-double upside any night of the week going against Detroit. Who really scares us on Detroit? Blake, not the best defender. Andre Drummond, not the best defender. Antetokounmpo, solid play. Move on. We go Blake Griffin, 9,400. Going to be, I think this is a big-time game. This is a chance for Detroit to beat a solid team in the East and prove that, they're going to be a contender. Blake Griffin, man, 9,400, and 3 of the past 4 games, he hasn't got you more than 27. Man, 9,400 price tag, that's hard to swallow. Blake definitely has the upside. Last time he faced Milwaukee, he got almost 40 fantasy points. So it's there. It's just, a lot of these players have been struggling in the NBA right now. It's really what it comes down to. You've seen Blake right there, not doing shit. Andre Drummond, 9,700. Going against Brook Lopez, I'm not worried about Brook Lopez defense. There's a big price tag. We need 48, 49 just for Drummond to hit value. And he hasn't been getting there. Do we want to pay 9,700 and need, about 48 fantasy points for value, and he hasn't he's got 42 times in the past 7, 8 games. He just, they're not playing very well right now, Drummond and Griffin. I think that they need another scorer outside of those guys to really make this work. So, I mean, on the Detroit side of things, I definitely think you could look at Blake. You could look at Drummond, strictly GPPs. And then on the Milwaukee side, Bledsoe, strictly GPP. You could look at Middleton, Brogdon, Antetokounmpo. That's really where I'm at with this game. Next game we're going to go with is going to be Portland going into Sacramento. This game is going to be a solid game. Let's see what the Vegas line is on this one. So you got Portland is favored. They're only favored by 1. That's a little bit surprising. Portland has been playing well. Sacramento has been kind of up and down. But if it's favored, if it's looking like it's going to be a close game, I definitely think you can look at both sides of this thing. Just real quick, I didn't mention it. So then in the Detroit game, Detroit versus Milwaukee. Milwaukee is favored by 10 in this one, so Vegas is expecting Milwaukee to blow them out. Like I said, the Detroit guys aren't playing very well right now. The first game we touched on, Utah going into Toronto. This game has a 1.5. It has 1.5, difference. Toronto winning by Toronto is favored by 1.5. So I think this is going to be a competitive game. So we're gonna go with we're gonna talk a little bit about this Portland. I'm going into Sacramento to face a Kings game. If it's gonna be a close game, you look at the obvious guys. Damian Lillard, his price tag is down a little bit, but you know what? He's just like these other guys. His production has been all over the place as well. He got 2 good games in the past 5, which has caused him to kind of have a price drop. Definitely think you could look at him here. 9,200 up-tempo game against the Kings. It's going to be back and forth. I think the Kings will be ready at home. So this is a good buy low opportunity on Lillard. You can look at De'Aaron Fox on the other side of things. He's only $100 less than Lillard. That's a crazy thing. And, De'Aaron Fox has actually been playing way more consistent than Damian Lillard. It's tough for me to say this, but I think I may actually prefer, De'Aaron Fox going against Lillard in this matchup. The thing that's really kind of throwing me off with that is that it's like, man, Lillard is an all-star. De'Aaron Fox is a future all-star, so it's hard to say I like Fox over Lillard, but I'm just looking at the recent production, and De'Aaron Fox has definitely been killing Lillard as far as production-wise. McCollum, 6,100, very good buy low opportunity for him. He's coming off one of the best games he's had in a while, scored 35 points. The thing I don't like about McCollum is he's really scoring dependent. If he doesn't score the ball, then if he doesn't score the ball, then he doesn't really fill up the stat sheet that much. So he's kind of a bust, if he doesn't score. But the price tag is down. We need 30 for him to hit value. He's averaging 31 on the season. Definitely think you could look at him. I like McCollum. I think I definitely like McCollum more than Lillard in this spot. Buddy Hield, the guy has upside, GPP upside, 7,000. He has, he's so inconsistent. If I was going to choose between Hield or Bogdanovic, I probably would go Bogdanovic. He's a guy that they love playing. He doesn't start, but he comes off the bench and plays close to 30 minutes a game. He's a guy that does fill up the stat sheet, plays a little bit of defense, and he's been shooting the ball very well. Bogdanovic is in play, and then if you're looking for a punt play, you can look at Shumpert. Shumpert for 3,700, and he has upside. For him on this price tag, all you need is about 19 for value, and he has tournament upside to get you 30. They like giving this guy some minutes as well. So Shumpert is probably, of all the Kings shooting guards, I think Shumpert is probably the best play based on the price tag. He can definitely get you the value and help you pay up elsewhere. So he's in play. You can look at small forward, Bijalika. This guy, oh, man, he's so inconsistent. Sometimes they want to give him minutes at close to 30s. Sometimes they want to give him 20 minutes. It's kind of really how he goes. But the price tag is down. It's fair. We need 30 for him to hit value. If he's going to play around 30 minutes in this game, play that stretch 4 spot, and, knock down a couple threes, definitely think that you can look at him. Harkless, 4,200. If he's a game time decision right now, if Harkless is going to play, 4,200 is cheap. You need 21 for value, and Harkless is a guy who definitely has 40 fantasy point upside. You could consider Harkless for sure. Evan Turner, I mean, I'm not really going to mess with him. With everybody healthy right now, he's not really getting the minutes that I want. Aminu, 5,200. Fair price tag gives you a solid floor for your cash games. I don't really know how much upside he gives us in this matchup, but I definitely think he's somebody that you could consider. And then you go to the center spot. You're going to have Nurkic going against Willie Cauley-Stein. These guys are going to be banging, and it's one of them's going to end up getting in foul trouble. Nurkic has been the guy who's been playing very well for Portland for the most part. He's had 35 fantasy points or more in 3 of his past 5 games with 2 40 fantasy point games in there. But the price tag is really reflected. 8,700 for Nurkic. Just for value, we need about 43, 44. Man, that scares me if that's what I need just for value. I mean, that means he has to get a 50 spot just to really give us upside on this price tag. He could definitely get there. I just don't know how much I like it against Cauley-Stein, who's a pretty athletic and he's a pretty good defender. Cauley-Stein definitely is in play. What's going on? Hold on for 1 second. Let me reload this. I don't know what happened. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, so that's really where I'm at with this Portland and Sacramento game. I think the top plays, you look at Lillard, De'Aaron Fox, McCollum, very good price tag. Shumpert's a good punt play. Bijalika, Harkless, strictly GPP plays. You could throw those guys in there. You got Aminu, solid floor, but not that much upside. And then, Nurkic, the price tag's high. Willie Cauley-Stein, 7,700. Last guy I'll quickly mention. Man, this guy, he's been consistent, and they like giving this guy minutes. I think that if I was going to choose Stein or Nurkic, I definitely would save the 1,000 and go with Willie Cauley-Stein. So I like him in this spot. Hopefully Nurkic gets in foul trouble. Then Cauley-Stein will do better. Now we'll go to New York, going into Denver to face the Nuggets. This game is actually projected to be a blowout. I think last time I looked, Denver was favored by 13.5 at home. So I don't know how much exposure I really want to this game. If it's going to be a blowout, some minutes are going to get buzzed off. You can look at look at Jamal Murray. His price tag's 8,300. Just for value, we need about 42. He could definitely get you 42. He's got you 40 or more in 3 of his past 5. So it's there. We're coming off a monster game against Phoenix. And he had a monster game against Dallas where he almost had a triple-double. I just scared of the blowout and the minutes get buzzed off. He's a guy, you can see 40 and 39 minutes the past 2 games. If the game is close, he's going to be in there. But if it's not close, he's going to play 25 minutes and they're going to kind of, rest their guys a little bit. So Murray's GPP only based on the price. You can look at Moutier. He's a guy that we've been playing a lot lately. I mean, he's been up and down, but the guy's been, he's been a little bit inconsistent. He definitely has upside. I understand, but that he also, I want more minutes. I want consistent minutes. He was getting it at first, 30, 32, 31, 34, 33 minutes. But the past 2, he's only played 27 and 23 minutes, and that scares me. This price tag, we need about 28 for value. Definitely could get us 28, definitely could even get us 40. It's just all about if he's going to get the minutes. And, I don't really care for playing guys, that are going into Denver, and the Denver is a really good defensive team as well. So no thank you really on Moutier. Shooting guard position, Tim Hardaway. I mean, anytime New York's in the game, it's pretty much because Tim Hardaway goes off. So, hey, GPP only. I like Tim Hardaway in this spot. If you think this game really is going to turn into a blowout, you can look at a guy like Monte Morris. He'll get some extra run. He's a guy that they like playing off the bench. Small forward position. Hernan Gomez, the price tag is just up a little bit more than I like. When he was in the 4,000 range, it was awesome. But 5,600, I don't really want to pay the price tag of 5,600 for Hernan Gomez in a spot that I think that it probably is going to be a blowout. And he has upside. Don't get me wrong. 44 fantasy points against San Antonio. But outside of that, he has he's very consistent. 12, 21, 13, 12, 24. And on 5,600 price tag, we need at least 26, 27 for value. And one thing I do want to mention is now Denver's starting to get a couple guys back. Millsap is back in the rotation. It's kind of taking a little bit of minutes away from some other guys that have been getting minutes when the injuries were piled up. 6,000 is a fair price tag for Millsap for sure, but He's just barely coming back from injury. He's not playing a lot of minutes. So I think that Millsap is out of the question right now. Vonleh is a guy that I definitely do like. Man, he never really got a chance with anybody, and the Knicks are really giving this guy a chance. He's pretty much playing around 30 minutes a game, and he's averaging close to a double-double, and I like him in this spot. I definitely think that Vonleh could have a solid game here. He's going to shoot the ball. He's shooting the ball a ton. He's getting a ton of rebounds, playing some defense. He's a guy that you could look at. Like I said, I'm just scared of guys going into Denver. Kevin Knox, they're also playing this young guy a lot as well. I mean, look at this guy, 35, 37, 35, 36, 37, 38, 41. The minutes are there. Just the production is inconsistent is really what it is. He's a little bit more scoring dependent than I would like. He's a big guy, so I would expect him get a couple more rebounds, get a couple more defensive stats. He's not really doing that. I've watched him a couple times recently, and he's really just standing, in the corner tonight, standing in the corner just waiting for somebody to pass him the ball to shoot threes. So I don't really know how interested I am in Kevin Knox. Going to the center spot. One more guy I do want to mention. I actually really like the Cornette. This is the guy, they're giving this guy a run. 3,800. The price tag is not moving. In the past 2 games, 33, 28 minutes, and he's got you 35 and 28 fantasy points. This is what? 7, 8x on these price tags. I mean, this guy's an awesome play. Even in a blowout, I think he's going to get, his minutes. And I think he's a premier punt play on this slate. I definitely think if Cornette is going to be in that starting lineup, you got to look at him. He's probably my favorite play in this whole game is Cornette based on the price tag. Jokic, 9,900. Man, the price tag is up there for this dude. We need 50 for value. He can definitely get us 50, but he's been very inconsistent. That's the theme of what's really going on with the NBA right now. A lot of guys are inconsistent, minute-wise, production-wise. I've really never seen it before. It's crazy. Jokic, 9,900. I don't know how much he's in the question for me. Something that you could definitely consider, though. Mason Plumlee, he's a guy that's been starting at the power forward spot since Millsap has been out. And, he's been playing well, been very consistent. But you see last game, Millsap came back and his minutes got buzzed off a little bit. He only played 20 minutes. So I'm not really looking at Plumlee. I'm not really looking at Jokic. I think, like I said, the best play in this game is going to be Cornette, the power forward at only 3,800, for the New York. Final game we'll quickly go over real quick. We got Philadelphia going in to LA to face the Clippers. We'll start with the guy himself. Ben Simmons, you got the 76ers coming off an embarrassing loss to the Trailblazers with no Joel Embiid. If Joel Embiid is out once again, I like Ben Simmons even more because he's going to have to pick up the slack. They just got embarrassed. So I think they're going to come ready to play. I think that Ben Simmons is in play. 9,800, like him a lot more if Embiid is out. Jimmy Butler, he's another guy, man. He laid an absolute dud last game going against Portland. The guy got 26 minutes and 5 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists for 17 fantasy points. This is horrible. I definitely think he's too good of a player to be playing like this. And if Embiid is out, definitely think you could look at Jimmy Butler. Lou Williams. We know that Doc Rivers loves this guy, and he's gonna give this guy his minutes. He's gonna always play 25 to 30 minutes a game. That's just really what they do with him. And he's a scorer, man, and he's been playing well. I mean, it's just coming back from injury. I like Lou Williams. 6,400 is a great price for him. Solid spot for Lou Williams. You can look at J.J. Redick as well. They need some scoring. In Philadelphia, if Embiid is out, he's another guy had a bad game. I expect these guys come back and have a good game going against the Clippers. They are in LA. I wish that Philadelphia was at home. I would like them a little bit more. And Clippers are a very good team as well. Gallinari, 7,100. I think that Gallinari, I mean, he gives us a solid floor. He's playing well. He gives us some upside. I think that Gallinari is a good play. It's just you want to pay 7,100 for him for sure. So, I mean, look at the guy, 46, 30, 40, 25, 40, 33. Give me a solid floor. He's going to play 30 minutes a game. I think this game is going to stay close. Let's see what Vegas has this game, what the spread is in this game. So, Vegas has this Clippers favored by 2. Is this game going to stay close? I like both sides of things. Gallinari is in play. Power forward spot. You can look at Tobias Harris. You can look at Montrezl Harrell. Tobias Harris, I mean, he has upside. His price is down a little bit because based on his recent performance, he hasn't got more than 28 in 3 straight. But you know, you look at Harrell, he's $100 less. It's like, who do you rather go with, Tobias Harris or Harrell? Harrell, way too inconsistent. He doesn't start. The minutes aren't always there for him. Compared to Tobias Harris, he's always on the floor. If I had to choose between these two guys, I definitely would go with Tobias Harris in this spot. Then we got the big question mark. Got Joel Embiid, 11,000. They says he went through shoot around today. But it's still a game time decision. This is the last game on the slate, so we're really not going to know. And this is, if you're going to play Joel Embiid, you got to play him strictly as a GPP play because 11,000 is a really expensive drop spot if he doesn't play. If we get it before lock that he is out, you can look at a guy like Mike Muscala. I mean, he's a guy that they do like to play in Philadelphia. I was surprised that he didn't start last game with Embiid out, but he still got 24 minutes at a 3,600 price tag. Definitely fair price tag. So he's worth a couple of GPP lineups. You know, dirt cheap. If he doesn't get the run, then it's all right. It'll be your drop spot. But yeah, man, that's really where I'm at with this slate. Hey man, you guys gotta bear with me. You gotta understand, man. NBA, it's really shitty right now. What happened yesterday on Fanduel, it wasn't right, you know. And Fanduel's gonna have to make some changes. I mean, it is what it is. I don't know how they have late swap for every other sport, but they absolutely, no matter what, will not put late swap for basketball, and it makes no sense to me. Like, there has to be a secret reason. They're hiding something. Something's going on. The reason why I feel FanDuel doesn't want to do the late swap. So yeah. So I mean, that's it for me. So real quick, let me check see if any questions I could quickly answer, and I got to get up out of here. So give me 1 second. Let me run through this chat, see what everybody's talking about real quick. So we got. Yeah, no, I feel you completely. United together. Happy New Year, say less, my dude. Yeah, fuck Anthony Davis. I got you, Emilio. Definitely. Say less, Fox and Lillard. I definitely think that's going to be a really good matchup tonight. If you put them in both your lineups, I mean, in all your lineups, hey man, it's a strategy. I definitely think that could work for you tonight. Neil Glover. Yeah, I had AD in 90% of my lineups when I maxed Inter last night. It was absolutely horrible. Yeah, I mean, Sayla says he got 340 and he barely cashed. 340 is a crazy good lineup. Yeah, a lot of people are just talking about the AD thing. I think the AD thing it was some bullshit. I do like the guy Cornette a lot. Neil Glover, hey man, the AD thing was horrible yesterday. I'll just Gobert, big tonight. Who's gonna guard him? Yeah, no, I understand. Gobert can have a good game, but I think they're gonna throw like a Monroe at him. They're gonna throw a Bach at him, who's not a bad defender at all. Yeah, it does look like Rubio is going to play tonight. So, I mean, that's going to take out Exum, but we do got some other value plays. Crowder is going to play as well. So, I mean, they're looking pretty healthy in Utah right now. You got to kind of look at Crowder and Rubio. They're both going to get their minutes, so it's going to take away some of that value. Let me see. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, man, that's really it. So, one thing, Eric Gillian says Sharks win with behind news and pay FanDuel. Eric, I honestly think that that's something that may be going on. Because FanDuel, they really only care about the Sharks, the 15% of the people that are winning all the tournaments. Yes, only 15% of people are winning tournaments, taking them down, and they have some crazy lineups sometimes. It's like, really, what's going on? So yeah, man, we got to see what man. FanDuel owes all of us some answers. Just put it like that. And yeah, man, so that's it. I got to get up out of here. I got to get these lineups done. Wilson, you're talking about Wilson Chandler. Let me look at Wilson Chandler. Let me see what kind of minutes he got real quick last game. 4,300 is a good price for Wilson Chandler. but he's just not getting the minutes. If he's going to play 39 minutes like he did against Boston, even 30 minutes, then I would like him. But he's not getting the run that I want, and he hasn't really been playing well this year. So I'm not really on Chandler. I'd rather just stick with Cornette. Um, and yeah, that's it, man. Leonard worth today. I think Leonard could be worth it. It's projected to be a really close game, and there's no Kyle Lowry, so they're gonna need Leonard to step up and have a really good game. Um, it's like who do we really want to pay up on this slate? You can look at a Giannis. You can look Embiid. We can't pay up for him because we don't know if he's gonna play. Leonard's 10,000. Drummond, Jokic, no thank you in a blowout. Lillard. Drummond and Griffin, I don't know. So it's like, hey, the slate is, I don't know. But I actually really like Leonard. The more I'm looking at it, it's either, and then, Giannis, he's going to be in a game that's projected to be a blowout. I definitely think that Leonard probably could get you a lot better value on his price tag than Giannis. Game expected to stay close. And yeah, that's it, man. So I will be back tonight for sure with our NBA morning shoot around for tomorrow's slate. Jeremy will be back helping me out with that as well. We will be getting back on all of our videos, everything regular as we used to do before. Like I said, very tough month. Glad to kind of get through December, get through the holidays, and we're gonna get back to the grind. And hey, let's get back to making this money the way that we have the past 2 months to start the NBA season. Thanks, guys, very much for checking this out. I will see you guys tonight. So make sure and be back I would say about 10 Pacific time. We'll be back breaking down tomorrow's slate and just having some fun with you guys in the chat. So, hey, thanks a lot, guys. Have a good one. Peace out.